Welcome back to the program as we are being joined by a person who is one of the busiest people in the entire state of Iowa that's going to have a major league event under her belt tomorrow night.
Absolutely. Sharon Keeling joining us, of course, with Leukemia Lymphoma Society of Iowa. And we have to say, I had to bring her on the show one last time because you've been claiming something for a while, but it's officially coming true tomorrow night. As the director of the Man and Woman of the Year campaign for how many years now?
12 years.
12 years.
Yeah.
You
My
said
13th gala.
Your 13th gala, you decided you're finally going to hang up your hat and are retiring from the Leukemia Lymphoma Society.
I am. It's bittersweet. It's been a good ride. I get really emotional because of the relationships I've built, and it's amazing organization. The people that you come in contact with, the generosity in the state of Iowa is phenomenal. The individuals who work tirelessly every year for 10 weeks, these professionals that give it their life, their family life, their professional life for 10 weeks to raise money. The sponsors, the patients, the board, the volunteers, I could go on and on. It's been a real pleasure and it's my honor.
Well, let's give Iowa a little pat on the back here because Man and Woman of the Year campaign is something that's nationwide to help raise money and awareness for Leukemia Lymphoma Society and helping to raise money for cancer patients, specifically blood cancers.
Right.
How does Iowa stack when it comes to the country when dealing with our own gala?
Well, they don't rank us like they used to, you know, on how you raise money, but I will tell you that they used to have us ranked by markets, and we would be one of the smaller markets for a major city. We are a smaller, you know, we're less than 1 million people. We rank up there per capita as, I would have to say, as the highest, because we're raising $1 million. Atlanta, Georgia raised, I think, barely 2 last year. They have 6 million people. Right. They have major corporations galore there. Big time. Big time. And last year was a little unusual, but our average was unreal, like 1 million divided by 6, so it was over 167,000
per candidate.
Per candidate,
which is amazing. So even though people want to call us a smaller market, our community, our businesses, our people are coming together because we realize that this is a very worthwhile cause.
Exactly, and nationally it is right around 42,000 or 47,000 right now.
And we blow that out of the water.
We blow it out of the water.
And that's because people come out not only to the great events we've been talking about over the past few weeks, 10 weeks total is when these candidates have been working very hard to raise awareness and raise funds, but it all comes to a helm this Saturday.
Yes.
So let's talk about that.
Okay, well, tomorrow night we'll have over 600 guests at Prairie Meadows for the gala. This is to announce the winners, but it's also to sell. It is LLS's annual gala, so it's actually, in addition to celebrating the winners of this campaign and recognizing all of their hard work, it's also to celebrate LLS and all of the volunteers and the board members, and it's just a chance for everybody to get together, dress up, and just be proud of themselves, because it's, you know, there's a lot of people that it takes a lot of people. It takes a village, and we definitely have a very strong village.
Now, speaking of this village, can this village grow anymore tomorrow? Can people still attend the gala?
Yes, definitely. We have tickets available. They can go to our Facebook page. There's information on the invite, and my information is on there for them to contact me. We have a limited number of tickets left. I'd say we can handle another 50 to 60 people, and we'll squeeze anybody in.
We'll squeeze them in because it's all about an incredible cause. Again, if you want to reach Sharon, the best way to do so right now, because she's going to be going 100 miles an hour in the next 24 to 48 hours. So 515-779-5081 is we have on one of the graphics we can pull up. Also sharon.keeling@lls.org. Sharon.keeling@lls.org. Reach out to this amazing lady and you can be part of this very special night. And there's a lot of amazing sponsors to thank, but we also want to give a shout out to the incredible candidates that have been working so hard. Quite a few of them you've met here on our program, but tell us about this year's team and what they've been up to.
Well, they have all had amazing events. Every year we have new events. We have the golf outings, and we have like an old school keg party and a poker tournament. And this year, just a few days ago, we had the first World of Whiskey.
Yes.
That's right. We talked about that here.
Very cool. Very cool. You'll hear more about that in years to come, because it'll be an annual event. And there was probably 75 to 80 people there this week at the tea room. was a very classy event, but
Nice.
that was one of many. We've had Cinco de Mayo parties, bags tournaments, trivia, you name it.
Does it surprise you of how responsive people are to these events, knowing that the money's going to LLS?
It doesn't anymore. When I first started, I thought it would be a lot harder to, just engage people, but it has been extremely rewarding and fulfilling to see people reach out. And many of these candidates had no
experience,
direct connection to a blood cancer. Almost everybody will say at the end, oh, I do know somebody, but they didn't when they came in. They did it. There's a couple people there that have absolutely no connection. There's a survivor. There's people that have been involved in a while. There's two people there, the all-stars of the year, Mike McCree and Melinda Farnsworth, who have ran in the past and are doing it again. So that tells you
passion is there and that commitment.
Right, and neither one had a direct connection when they started out.
Right,
I want to go back really quickly to the boy and girl of the year, who are kind of the visuals of why they are working so hard over these 10 weeks. I know we have the boy and the girl that we can pop up there, and these are individual survivors or current young ones that are going through treatments. Those faces, because no child should have to go through any type of cancer, let alone blood cancer, but those faces are who we're looking towards to hopefully find a cure one of these days.
And those two are at the opposite ends of the spectrum. You've got Ayla, who was just diagnosed not even a year ago, 4 years old, just had her 4th birthday. And then you've got Joe, who is now 11 and was diagnosed when he was 4, just turned 4. Right. And so he is remarkable at talking and speaking in public about, trying to make this easier for kids and tell them that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. When you see, I just saw the video last night, that we have our videographers do that you'll see tomorrow night. It was very hard to, first of all, watching one family going through it was very emotional. And then to watch this young man get up there and say how unbelievable the doctors are. He's thanking all these people that made his life better. And how many kids at 11 years old?
That's
right.
pretty
now,
incredible.
Before we go, I just want to let people know that if they still want to get involved and unable to attend tomorrow night, you can still participate by being part of the auction, right?
Right. On the Facebook page, there's a link. There will be a link tomorrow morning. The silent auction goes live for bidding at 8 a.m. And they can go on and see some of these amazing.
I was going to say examples of some of the things that are up for auction.
Real quick, we have a Kansas City package donated. I reached out on Facebook. I had a jersey, reached out and asked anybody have Chiefs tickets, and my friend Deb Palmer came through with this and tickets to 2 Chiefs game. And then along with that post, somebody said, I don't have Chiefs tickets, but I have Royals tickets.
Hey, there you go.
So it's amazing how many people. And then this was just a little decoration for the auction item of a dinner for 4 at Terrace Hill with the governor.
Perfect.
Hey.
Commemorated too.
Yeah, so unbelievable auction items, really unique ones this year.
So just jump on the Facebook page for all the information about that. And again, it starts at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning is when it opens up. So you have your first crack at it then. It lasts all the way till 8:30 tomorrow night.
Absolutely. Doors open at 6. There's going to be incredible food, a very an amazing program led by Lou and I that we are very excited to be a part of once again, but also not only celebrating these candidates and raising as much money and awareness as possible, but also celebrating this wonderful lady that we love very much. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of this wonderful program for so many years.
You've made my job so much easier, and it's just been a pleasure to work with you all these years.
Sharon, you're awesome. What you do. Thank you so much for everything.
I still don't believe that she's retired. We'll find out.
See it tomorrow when she turns her keys in. Then we'll know for sure. Okay?
Then we'll know.
It's got a few more months. I got to close out some stuff.